Damo, interesting story brewing, not necessarily concerning Aussie rules footy.
No, it's not, but it is a massive story, this one. Bledisloe Cup match tonight, Australia versus New Zealand in Sydney. There has been a recording device found in the hotel room of the All Blacks.
Hang on.
It's an extraordinary situation.
Recording device found in the hotel of the All Blacks.
Yes. And the New Zealand Rugby Union has actually confirmed this story and is taking further action to work out who planted it. Was it someone to do with something to do with the Australian team? Was it someone to do with one of the betting firms? Was it someone just being a voyeur, wanting to hear what was going on with all the planning for this particular Test match? So it's an extraordinary story.
Something never been done in sport before. I've never heard about the planting of such things.
Haven't you? What
do you mean?
Because you know I've asked you this question for about 25 years.
This is an elephant in the room,
I want you to go back to your VFL, or VFA as it was back then.
He's got his arms folded, guys.
The Paran, when you coached, and you initially captain coach of Paran Footy Club, I was a young reporter.
You were.
Scared of you. And it got to me in your second year there, I think it was, that you may have been recording the opposition.
Be careful here.
Well, you and I've discussed this over 25 years. I just want to put it on the table now, and we're going to do it on the radio, Duck.
Yep.
This is how the story goes. It did get to my attention that BT, or maybe someone at Paran, maybe not BT, was bugging the opposition rooms, not just before the game, but in the coach's box
Paran's
as well.
Home ground.
In there at Turek.
Yeah.
Yep.
They would have a bug in the opposition rooms for every home game that they played.
And so sophisticated was it put to me that this was that not just was it just in the change rooms, but in the coach's box during the game itself. Now, I want to go with this story 25 years ago.
Did they win any flags?
They were very successful in their own way. They made prelim finals from
no flag, so they're bugging and they still couldn't win a flag.
Well, they couldn't bug the neutral venues. That's the problem.
There's no proof of any bugging now, Duck. Let's get that straight.
I was scared at the time, Duck, to go with this story because I was, threatened with very serious legal ramifications and even physical ones by Brian. Over the journey, though, I think you've softened on this situation to the point where I think you might be about to, 25 years after the event, admit to it.
No, I won't be admitting to the bugging of someone's rooms.
Come on.
There, Damo.
You won't be admitting to it, but did it happen, BT? Could someone possibly associated with you at Paran at the time, possibly outside your knowledge, have done that?
I did hear the rumour that there was
you heard it was you that...
There was a bug placed above the whiteboard. But other than hearing the rumour, I have no other knowledge.
What do you mean you've got no other knowledge?
Is it possible, BT, you might have, without realising it, have used some of the information gleaned out of those bugging systems?
I still remember the day I was walking past someone sitting on the grass banks at Turak Park there, tuned to an FM radio, and it didn't sound like the normal FM radio. It sounded like the coach's room. And so I stopped by and I thought, that's interesting, mate. Where'd you get that from? He didn't tell me anything. And so I walked off. But, no, I can't have claimed to have done any such crime. But this...
You've got your arms folded, which is a perfect example of body language that you're hiding something.
Bledisloe Cup story is very, very big.
You're hiding something, Brian.
They do make them very small these days.
If someone did do that at Paran, was it an old-fashioned recording tape recorder type device, or was it just a little bug type thing?
Look, I don't know. I've heard all sorts of things, but lipstick, recorder, little ones. But once again.
You wouldn't know, would you?
I wouldn't know.
You certainly wouldn't have ordered someone to do it.
Nothing to do with me, Duck.
Yeah.
I felt he did order it, Spud, but he's always denied that.
So when you were reporting these days, were you dead set scared of Brian?
Yeah, I seriously was scared of him, particularly after I think he... didn't you abuse an umpire down there at that same venue one day? And you were not talking to even your own team at that stage, and I was too scared to put my own tape recorder under your mouth
remember they sent me off under the send-off rule, and I refused to go off, so the cops came out and escorted me off.
Yes.
Do you remember him, Brian?
Can I just say...
That was the game.
BT's respect now for the umpires is, I think, higher than any commentator in the game.
Yes.
He always mentions them by their name. In actual fact... And he's very complimentary. Do you think that you're doing that now because you were so bad at treating them in a previous life? So you're trying to make up for You're trying to make up for sort of your behaviour beforehand?
I like the umpire's duck.
Yeah, you do now.
Yeah, I do
but,
now. No, I don't
ma-
think that's the reason I'm doing it. I'm doing it because I'm an involver of
Would
all
you
people
say?
in
Would
our
you say
game.
that you are a little bit embarrassed by the way you used to treat the umpires back then?
There's a glint of embarrassment when my kids look at me as if to say, "Dad, you're an absolute psycho head. What is wrong with you?"
You weren't great on that front either, were you, though, Duck?
No.
No.